I think they're going Creed Humphrey. I feel it.
Pick is in.
Pick is in. Let's refresh. Okay, Dan knows what it is. Don't say it. Oh my God, it's Tutu Atwell. I want to see myself out. Wow. That is a wasted pick.
Where is he?
Why do we just draft another Van Jefferson when we have Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp? They're getting rid of one of them. And Deshaun Jackson.
So it's Chatarius Atwell out of Louisville. Very fast wide receiver. Is going to stretch the field. Small receiver. I had a 6th round grade on him. I don't like this pick at all. I don't.
How could you make a pick that bad? How could you make a pick that, like, there's so many other picks that would have been, like, quote unquote bad, but I would have at least understood it.
All right, you ready? I'm about to pop off.
Yeah.
It's happening. This is the worst pick that we've seen in the entire draft so far.
Hold on.
You're at 57.
Repeat that.
All right. This is the worst pick in the entire draft you've seen so far. You are pick 57. You are Les Snead. You can trade down. You have Deshaun Jackson you signed. I understand he gets hurt a lot, right? But you also have Van Jefferson, who at this very pick you drafted last year, okay? You have Robert Woods. You have Cooper Kupp. You have Tyler Higbee. You drafted the best tight end last year in Bryson Hopkins, okay? And not only that, you have Darrell Henderson. You have Cam Akers. You have all these weapons. Tutu Atwell is a 6th round talent on my board. But it just pains me because look at who is available. Terrace Marshall is still available. Simi Fehoko is still available. Tylan Wallace, Nico Collins, Eskridge is gone. Jonathan Adams, Amir Smith-Marset, Shai Smith, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Diami Brown, Trayvon Grimes, Jalen Darden, Amari Rogers, Des Fitzpatrick, who's the better receiver at Louisville, Cornell Powell, Josh Palmer, Austin Watkins, Marquez Stevenson, Daz Newsome. This pick is horrible. I hope he's great. I hope I'm absolutely wrong, but this pick's horrible because you have other needs. Wide receiver again, 57? You get a small guy. You have this on the roster.
This is such a bad pick.
I'm appalled.
Such a bad pick.
I'm absolutely appalled. I'm sorry, Ramses. I can't be positive. You know me. I'm Mr. Positive. Jabril Cox is there. Let's just go through my entire board. Why are we going through wide receivers? No. Let's just go, right? All right. So, who would have been a better pick? I mean, we already talked about wide receivers, right? Creed Humphrey's there. Wyatt Davis, plug-and-play guard. Creed Humphrey, first-round talent at offensive line. Kendrick Green, Ben Cleveland, Josh Myers, David Moore. Okay? Milton Williams in the interior defensive line to replace Michael Brockers. Jordan Smith, Patrick Johnson, Hamilcar Rashed, Quincy Roche, Carlos Basham Jr., Chauncey Golston, Joseph Asai. Okay? We're not done. No. Linebacker. Dylan Moses, Baron Browning, Cameron McGrone, Nick Bolton, Garrett Wallow, Derek Barnes, Charles Snowden. Still not done. Afadu Melifonwu at cornerback, Paulson Adebo, Aaron Robinson, Tay Gowan, Cameron Bynum. Still not done. James Wiggins at safety, Hamza Nasruddin, Divine Diablo, Jamar Johnson, Ardarius Washington, Joshua Bledsoe, Andre Sisco, DeMar Hamlin, Derek Forrest, and Sean Wade. I am blown away. This pick is awful. It's an F. It's the worst pick in the entire draft that I've seen.
Woods?
The worst.
Here's what doesn't make sense.
Awful.
Woods, Kupp, Jefferson, Deshaun Jackson, Tutu Atwell? Guess what? I hate to say it, Rams fans. I don't want to be dramatic, but Robert Woods is probably gone.
No, he's. I don't think he's gone. I think they have.
How do you keep 5? Then can we unsign Deshaun Jackson?
They have some weird plan they're doing with this, and he's going to be more of a gadget guy. Tutu Atwell. Okay. Here's the problem with this pick. Okay, I don't think he's a horrible player. I have a 6th-round prospect. The guy can play in the NFL. I have no doubt about that. He's an athlete. He will find Sean McVay will find a way to get him the ball. It's just what is there. The way this draft has fallen into your lap, You can get all these linebackers no one said the Rams could get. You can get an edge rusher. You can get a defensive lineman. You can get a corner. All these wide. I mean, Terrace Marshall's still there. Like, I'm blown away. I had Terrace Marshall as a mid-first round grade. Blown away. Oh, and by the way, you don't have a center unless you plan on moving Austin Corbett there. And if you play Brian Allen or I don't even understand it.
Here's what I don't understand.
Here's another thing, by the way.
Creed Humphrey was right there. He fell. Creed Humphrey, the best center in the draft, fell, and the Rams took a receiver. A receiver. Like, here's the thing. There could have been have been bad picks that they would have made, but at least position-wise, it would have made sense. But this doesn't make sense to me. There's no need.
Sense makes no. I don't get it. And here's another reason why I don't get it. You have Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford can throw to Quintez Cephas. He can throw to Danny Amendola. Okay? He can throw to anybody, and it's still going to be fine because it's Matthew Stafford. You don't need to go out and get him all these weapons. He has more than he's ever had before.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to take a little quick break in Jake's mental breakdown to announce that Nick Bolton just went to the Chiefs.
Okay, thank you.
That's a great pick by them.
Yeah.
Now, Jake?
No, I'm good. I've vented enough. I'm furious, but I'm just trying to.
Sorry, guys. And Jake has every right to be this mad because the truth is like they could not have messed this pick up worse. They could not have messed this pick up worse. Because here's the thing: even if the Rams I would have understood. Even if they went like defensive lineman and taken like a Davion Nixon, I would have been like, it doesn't make total sense, but okay. Like yeah. I would have been. This, especially because, again, it's like, one, the position. But, like, if you're going to go that position.
I think we're going to pin this.
St. Brown from USC. Like, if you're going to take a receiver, they're taking a guy that probably, I didn't think was going to go to the 4th or 5th round.
I will say this. I was really pissed when the Rams drafted Cam Akers last year. And what it came down to is when I went back and I watched the film, I watched every game. Like, right after that, you remember, I came back and I was like, I love Cam Akers. I missed that evaluation. I didn't miss it on Tutu Atwell. The guy's small. Like, he is a small receiver. He doesn't offer anything they don't already have. I'm absolutely blown away by that pick. I cannot even believe they made it. And, Blaine joked about this. He's like, they're probably going to pick, like, Tutu Atwell or something. Like, he said that earlier to me. Like, I want to say within the last 3 weeks. Here's Atwell's size for you, okay? So, Chatarius Atwell is 5'9", 165.
Here's the thing, and I see people on Twitter, people who aren't Rams fans are kind of like, here's the thing.
He's not Tyreek Hill, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. No.
This is the Rams are putting themselves in a hole because now it's really no excuses. Okay, fine. You went and got the guy who's, in my opinion, a mid-round talent, but they don't think so. The speedster, the knockoff Tyreek Hill, whatever you want to call him. Okay, fine. No excuses now. You wasted a second-round pick on a receiver when there's like, are we not focused on protecting Matthew Stafford? Because guess what? If Matthew Stafford goes down, I know Jake loves John Wolford, but I don't think he's Matthew Stafford. And we traded so much for Matthew Stafford.
Well, he's not Matthew Stafford, but I do love him.
But we traded so much for Matthew Stafford that like you'd think we'd want to put effort into protecting him.
Okay, so here's Tutu Atwell's, because I want to actually give them something, like some insight here instead of just rambling on, right? Like I'm mad. We're all mad, but hey, we could add something to this. So Tutu Atwell stands at 5'8", 149, so actually way thinner than I originally thought. I don't know how he's going to play in the NFL at 149.
He's not. He's going to gain weight.
He has a poor explosive grade, vertical and broad. But his metrics, he ran a 4.39 40. He had almost the fastest 10-yard split of any receiver in the draft. His shuttle time was really good, and his 3-cone was pretty good. So, overall, Tutu Atwell, is just another one of those. He's a guy Al Davis, rest in peace, would have drafted because he ran fast.
I don't care. Like, okay, fine. He can. So what are we gonna do? Not play Deshaun Jackson?
So my point is that why grab that? Why grab a receiver at 149 pounds? Because you already have small receivers on the roster when you could have gone out and gotten Nico Collins, who's 6'4", and who runs a 4.4. So he's like the same speed, and he's 6'4", 220 pounds. So I understand we were saying size is not a skill, but like Tutu Atwell isn't better than Nico Collins.
So going ahead of Terrace Marshall, Diami Brown, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because that's my argument here. If that's what you're set on, if you're going after that type of receiver, there's so many more guys that I have graded ahead of Atwell. That's I think the worst part of it is like if that's what you're gonna do, I don't agree with that thought process this early, but if that's what you're gonna do, take the guys that are graded higher.
I have a quote from McVay that I found.
What's that?
Tutu is D-Jack's junior. He said it on NFL Network.
So Sean McVay, Dan just told us, and I wish we had a mic for you at this point, but Sean McVay said that Atwell is Deshaun Jackson Jr. Yeah. Okay, so again, that kind of plays into what we were talking about, like that process, but that thought process there. But like, why did you sign Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson also isn't 149 pounds. This is one of the worst picks I've ever seen.
This is probably the worst Rams pick that I've seen in a long time, and they've made some bad ones.
I thought last year was their best draft I've ever seen. They got everyone we wanted.
Last year was unusually good, but like this is like if this is the foot we're getting started off on, Terrace Marshall Jr. for the Panthers.
Yeah, because they were just like, and then just picked Terrace Marshall. So they laughed at the Rams.
Here's the thing:
and then went
if
to the podium
if we would have taken Terrace Marshall Jr., I would have been like confusing, but okay, he's a top talent. Like I would have been like, this doesn't make sense, but at least we got a top talent. Like. Sean McVay is getting. I think Sean McVay is getting a little too, like. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but he's either thinking too hard about this or not thinking enough, or he's just like getting a little too wild. Like I don't understand. This doesn't make sense for me. Man.
That was wow. Imagine like waiting 57 picks and then that happens. 56 picks and that happens. Wow. That is a letdown.
Like it's just so funny because today we were like, Rams, please don't find a way to screw this up. I can't believe I haven't cursed yet on this live stream.
I am really impressed.
I'm impressed because like the way that I want to throw certain words around right now, explicit, Nate, like I cannot believe the Rams. I guess Jabril Cox would be fine. I hope it's Dylan Moses.
Ooh, I'd love Dylan
I would love if this was Dylan Moses.
That might heal everything. I love how I just used the word heal talking about an NFL draft.
It wouldn't heal the pick for me because I still feel like we wasted 57. Hasn't been announced yet. Let's see the NFL thing, if they say that the pick is in or not. I'm like,
I hope
nervous.
Melifonwu ends up being a freaking monster. He's going to be all right. Let's talk about this a little bit, okay? Because they haven't made their pick yet.
Wait, but hold on. Okay, hold on. The Rams pick is in.
Okay, who is it?
Ernest Jones, linebacker from South Carolina.
Oh my God, just this. Wow, they're really trying to have the worst draft.
So many thoughts. First off, I can't comprehend this right now because, again, it's like I would have rather them taken Charles Snowden.
So Ernest Jones, I have 7th round grade. What?
I
the
have
hell?
him. I have a 7th round grade on him too. Okay.
Oh my
Jabril
God.
Cox, Cameron McGrone, Dylan Moses, Baron Browning, Garrett Wallow, Derek Barnes, Charles Snowden, Tony Fields, Isaiah McDuffie, Justin Hilliard, Grant Stewart, Ernest Jones. This is just so.
Are they in every other year team? Like their draft next year will be fire?
I guess it's asking too much to just have consistency. Ah.
It's funny because Dylan Sanders on Twitter's like, Rams having a bad draft. Sorry if you disagree, Jake. I'm like, I don't disagree. I just feel bad for everybody that's watching and has stuck with us. And
I mean, what is going on? I can't, like, hold on. Give me, I can't even comment on this I need to, like, let this process in my brain. I'm trying to, like, AJ Schulte said, so it was really Brad Holmes all along. Yeah, I mean, that's what it appears like because this is like, hold on, guys. I want to open your chat.
I think it's COVID.
Dylan Moses is like, did you guys hear all the linebackers that I listed that are better than Ernest Jones? What? Do the Rams watch these guys or do they just like pick at will?
Oh God, Adam just asked me what my verdict is on the Rams draft grade so far. How do I answer this without using explicit?
Okay, anyways. Who's on the clock now? The Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos are the last 2 picks of tonight. I'm just like, wow. Could they have blown it any more today?
They really drafted someone named Ernest.
I just think like
All right,
Ernest Jones.
Let's go to the Ernest Jones.
Okay, real quick. The Ravens just drafted someone I've never heard of, so now it's 2. The Baltimore Ravens selected Brandon Stevens, defensive back from SMU. So I don't know who that is. I like him getting a headache. I don't know if it's from the coffee or from the stress. I cannot believe that. Like, could we have done any? We took 2 6th to 7th round guys in the 3rd round.
All right, so he's a 6'1", 230 linebacker. He benched 19 reps, which obviously you'd like to see him bench more than that at 230. Great vertical, great broad jump, so he has elite explosive grade. Ran a 4.7 40, so he's not a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. Awesome. And then his 3-cone is horrendous.
Hold on a second. I'm making a meme.
You didn't have to say you were making a meme. Everything about this moment is a meme, okay? Like, it's literally... so bad.
I think 57 was more of a meme.
I'm not opting out of the draft tomorrow. Oh, yeah, it's not ideal. Guys, we've stayed at over 100 the entire stream. I friggin' love you.
You guys
All
are the
of you.
best.
We're ahead of everyone else. We're ahead of ESPN, for God's sake.
Yeah, right? Like, we are giving you quicker coverage than ESPN.
I can't, like...
I hope I can make this
sorry,
fast.
I haven't upgraded. I keep saying upgrade. Not upgrading anything.
There's one more pick left. Dan, can you please let me know when that's in because I'm making a meme?
Yeah.
Thank you. Before I make this meme, this is the right person, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna, if I can get this out quick enough, this is gonna hit.
They really took Ernest Jones over Jabril Cox. They actually did that. That really happened. They took Ernest Jones over Jabril Cox and Dylan Moses and
He meant that.
Cameron McGrone and Baron Browning.
That sounds something out of the Joker movie.
Yeah. I actually am like, I'm just like infuriated at this point. Like, this is just like pathetic. Like, this is a joke.
Guys, I'm I don't think people expected me to just blast out laughing. Look, I don't even care. Like, Ernest Jones can end up playing great, right? But it's, again, who's available. I didn't have a high grade on him, but look at who's available. Oh, my God. My 4-year-old says Jones is good.
This is just like I mean, it is laughable. Like at this point, like what are we supposed to do?
I feel bad. I mean, I hope they're great, and it's not those It's not those players. It's the pick. It's the decision. It's who's available. It's the value, and you're not getting value with this. Ernest Jones would have been there in like the 6th round. Oh my Lord. Love sharing the pain with you guys, Jake and Alexis. It makes it a lot easier. Safety in numbers. Man, I'm going to bed. LOL. Straight up Joker.
Man, you're going to have to tell me if this meme makes sense.
Oh, God. You didn't post it before you asked me if it makes sense, right?
Hold on. I don't know if I've done this. I'm doing this so fast that it might not.
Oh, I love this.
This
is a work of art. Oh, my God.
This is a good one.
Who took it? Or what pick is it?
Broncos.
Okay, last pick in the third round.
The draft every year.
Last 2 picks. Ace.
The Broncos with the last pick today just took Baron Browning from Ohio State.
Oh, my God. Of course they did.
Of course they did.
Smart.
I hope people understand this meme. Man. Okay, so
Ernest Jones or Clay Johnston? Clay Johnston. He was more productive. And honestly, before he tore his ACL, Clay Johnston put on tape that was worthy of being drafted on day 2. Ernest Jones is a day 3 pick. I do not like this.
If you guys like WandaVision and are Rams fan, go to my Twitter and let me know if that meme makes sense.
I mean, guys, we could be wrong. Just because we're saying this, it doesn't mean that we're right. I'm just, you guys want our opinions. It's our opinions.
I'm waiting to hear in the chat what they think. But yeah, this is just like... my Twitter is at the Alexis Craft. So that's the, and then Alexis, Alexis, Craft, Kraft.
It's in the graphic.
It's in the graphic, yeah.
Oh my God. His comparison on NFL Network is Micah Kaiser. You cannot make this up.
That's why the Rams were like, OMG.
Micah Kaiser that doesn't get hurt.
Let's make Micah Kaiser and Ernest Jones our inside linebackers.
Oh, Jesus.
It's almost just... Well, guys... we need ASMR, Alexis. Anything to get rid of the pain. Just wait. It's coming this weekend. I will be doing something with ASMR this weekend. Thanks, guys, for the compliments on the meme. I'm glad that it makes sense because it was something that made sense in my head, but I didn't know if I could execute it. And if I had more time, I would have made it better, but I just felt like I needed to get it out in the heat of the moment while it was still fresh. Yeah, this has just been a huge bummer. I don't know that... bye, Joseph. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Joseph.
Yeah, this has just been a huge bummer of a day if you're a Rams fan because I don't know if there's been a worse day of the draft. Like the Rams have had some pretty bad drafts, but like I don't know if there's been one this bad in a while. Like this is taking a 6th round guy in the 2nd round and a 7th round guy in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I'm just...
And let me point out that it just goes to show that no one actually truly knows anything because these are 2 guys that no one in the Rams universe was reporting on.
Always gonna throw me
that's
off.
why I'm looking at online. Jordan Rodriguez confirmed they are on the clock. It doesn't look like they're trading out. Okay, so I would like to see them go offensive line here. They could go edge. They could go with like Jordan Smith, who you want. I'd say edge or offensive line, interior offensive line. I mean, they could take a tackle.
Yeah. I'm thinking... Let's see here.
I mean, they could still go Dylan Moses. I just don't think that they'll go Dylan Moses because they said they want to play...
Yeah, they're
Ernest
really
Jones
high on him for whatever reason.
The Rams like Ernest Jones, the inside linebacker, so I don't see them taking Dylan Moses. Rams pick is not in yet. Please, Rams, have a good... The Rams selected defensive tackle Bobby Brown out of Texas A&M. I had a late 6th round grade on Bobby Brown.
I had a 4th round grade. It's not necessarily, again, I don't know. Is this going to be the theme? It's not necessarily about Bobby Brown being the problem. It's like you have Davion Nixon, Darius Stills, Tommy Togiai, Jalen Twyman, Zenday Johnson, Jonathan.
Davion Nixon and Tommy Togiai are 2nd round grades for me, and they're there. Darius Stills, apparently the Rams met with and really liked. And his comparison, Darius Stills' player comparison was Aaron Donald by scouts, okay? And he's sitting right there. And you go and take a guy who, in my opinion, is a late 6th rounder. Jake has him as a 4th round, but I can see his board. Jake has so many people left ahead of him. That's what I don't understand what the Rams are doing here.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Like this one, again, and it's just, this is like my favorite pick by the Rams so far, only because this is like depth, okay? But like I would have, if it had been Darius Stills, I would have said, okay, not necessarily the position I would want you to go in, but I'd understand it because I think Darius Stills is going to be a really good player. His comp is Aaron Donald. Eventually, maybe they could play next to each other. But instead, you're taking a guy that, I mean, he's going to be a backup his probably entire career. He's not, I mean, unless you develop the absolute, you know, if you just develop him insanely, I mean, maybe. But it's just like a huge project. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm not screaming about it. But it's just like, again, it's like, why?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna look. I mean, he has a pretty good. They met with Bobby Brown from Texas A&M. He's got a good RAS score. He tested really, really well. I'm gonna bring it up in just a sec.
And so it's interesting. Rams Twitter really hated the picks yesterday, but there was at least a couple people that were like, "No, like this is you know, they liked it." I'm not seeing that with Bobby Brown right now. I'm not seeing anyone. I think people can agree that this is a very questionable pick. And someone said, LOL, sorry, Alexis, no fourth rounders compared to Aaron Donald. No, I'm not saying he's compared to Aaron Donald. I'm saying his player comparison by scouts and the style of which he plays is compared to Aaron Donald. But the talent is obviously not there. But I'm saying that I would have been happy with a guy who at least kind of had potential, and what I feel Darius Stills has. I think Bobby Brown is just depth. I think he's always going to be depth. I don't think he's going to be a guy that.
All right, well, let's talk about Bobby Brown. Okay, so he's 6'4", he's 321. He had a 33-inch vertical. He had a pretty good broad jump, so they gave him an elite composite explosion grade, gave him a great composite size grade. Then he ran a 5.04 40 time. He had one of the fastest 10-yard splits at 1.68, and his agility grade is good. He had a great speed grade. So this is a guy that tested extremely well. He played at a premier program at Texas A&M, and they met with him. They liked him. He's going to replace Michael Brockers. That's why they got him. I think there are other players they could have gone, but
well, I'm going to tell you who's up next is the Chargers, and I guarantee you they take Jordan Smith.
Yeah, he makes a lot of sense.
No, they didn't. But they took that position. So the Chargers took Chris Rumpf II out of Duke.
That's surprising. That's not a Brandon Staley type of edge defender. Kind of like the long 6-foot Jordan Smith.
Yeah, and this is also a little high for me to take him. But again, the Chargers are having such a good draft. At this point, it's like fine. Like, I don't think it's really ruining the draft for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll say this: Bobby Brown is my favorite pick by the Rams so far.
He is by far the best pick.
But I still don't like it. Like, it's still not like
I had him in the 4th round, so they didn't reach on him. Again, it's just of who's there. I don't hate the pick. I'd probably give it a C+, B-.
I give it a C. And that's also position. I don't think we needed to go defensive tackle this early. You know, I mean, A'Shawn Robinson, Sebastian Joseph Day, obviously Aaron Donald, Banks. So again, this just to me,
Banks is out. I don't see how Banks is going to get in.
Well, Banks is going to have to be out. You can't get Bobby Brown unless Bobby Brown just absolutely blows it immediately, and then you let him go.
At this point, best guys remaining: Dylan Moses, James Wiggins, Hamza Nasruddin, Cameron McGrone, Patrick Johnson.
I like Nasruddin, but we don't really need him.
Oh, I don't think we need most of the guys remaining. David Moore. I think Stone Forsythe could be the option. Oh, it's going to be Robert Rochelle.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I like that pick.
All right.
Just as you said that, I was reading it right here. Rams selects Central Arkansas cornerback Robert Rochelle.
So I actually had him mocked to the Rams like early on in the process and like the late rounds. So people know how I feel about him. And I think he tested really well too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Rochelle had a monster pro day. Let me pull this up because I know for a fact.
Does Rochelle have an E at the end of it? It does, doesn't it?
No.
No?
Surprisingly not.
That's what I didn't think, and then someone tweeted it with an E, and I was like questioning myself.
Yeah. No.
Okay, we have a good pick, guys. To me, this is the first good pick by the Rams.
1, 2, 3,
and I like this.
5, 6, 7. He's the 7th cornerback out of like a bunch of cornerbacks, athleticism wise. So honestly, right on tune. They go out and they get a guy that will replace David Long. I think he's better than David Long.
Yeah, the David Long pick was just like one of those picks that we knew wasn't going to work out. It was very
5'11", 193. He only benched 9 reps on the bench. So this isn't like a hard hitting, this isn't a guy that's going to be like a sound tackler, but he's going to be a nickel. And the guy his vertical was 43. So he's got one of the biggest verticals, which shows, that elite explosive grade. His broad jump, 11 on the broad jump. He ran a 4.41. He had a 1.51 split, 10-yard split. He ran a 4.08 shuttle and a 6.843 cone. So great composite agility, elite speed, elite explosion, and good size. This is a really good pick for the Rams. It's the best pick they've made all day and all draft. So I think Robert Rochelle is going to come in, and he's going to be a baller for them. He was a pest for Trey Lance, I'll be honest with you. And that was the only pick he threw, I believe, was to Robert Rochelle.
Yeah.
So I like this pick a lot. This is the best pick that they've done so far.
It is. Honestly, I think it's the only good pick they've made
I'm
so
surprised.
far.
I had a higher grade on Tay Gowan, but I actually like the fit with Robert Rochelle. He's the best player available for the fit as far as that cornerback.
I really like this pick. I personally had Rochelle as kind of a late 4th, early 5th round talent, so it's slightly higher than I would have picked him. But again, I'm okay with this pick. I like him. I wanted him to end up on the Rams if it was possible. And I do think that the corner position is one that we needed depth at. And again, like we mentioned, David Long is not it. So this is who he's replacing. And I think that rotation, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Williams, and Robert Rochelle now. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like this pick. Here, because it hasn't been announced that they're even on the clock. I don't know if
And by the way, I wouldn't rule out safety.
Oh, man. The Rams took someone. I have no idea who he is. The Rams took UCF.
No, they didn't. Oh, my God. So the Rams are taking Jacob Harris out of UCF. The tape doesn't – it's not there. He tested unbelievably.
I've never heard of him.
He's a monster. Like, he's 6'5". He runs a 4.4. But this is not a good pick. I had a 7th round grade on Jacob Harris.
Okay, listen, I'm going to be honest. I've never seen anything on him. I don't know who he is, so I can't comment on him personally. I don't know who he is. But the fact that I don't know who he is very concerning for a 4th round pick. Also, the position here is absurd. It's absurd.
He's a wide receiver / tight end. I'm going to bring up his RAS score, and we'll talk about him a little bit. But Jacob Harris is the pick for the Rams.
Again, I'm making it very clear. Never seen film on him. Don't know who he is. Can't comment on it.
They met with him, so I had a feeling that he could be an option.
The only thing that I can speak on is the position.
I know Holden's going to love it. But
yeah, Holden does love it because he's a UCF fan, so I understand that.
Yeah.
So Jacob Harris is 6'5", and he plays wide receiver and tight end.
Yeah, so let's pull up his let's see here.
The Rams have to have depth at offensive line.
Okay, they've always said they don't care about testing. Like, they don't care about the pro day numbers. We don't care how fast guys run in the 40. Jacob Harris ran a 4.43 at 6'5", 219 pounds. 15 on the bench. He has a 40.5 vertical, 11 on the broad jump. He has a 1.6 10-yard split. His shuttle wasn't great. His 3-cone drill was excellent. I think the problem is that it's the upside, but the problem is when you look at what he does on film, he doesn't blow up the way his measurables would make you think. You would think a guy in college at 6'5" and 219 pounds that can run a 4.43 and has a 40.5-inch vertical, you'd think he would be dominant. He's not a dominant player. So this is, to me, a guy I think they got for the long term. They're hoping that they can develop him into maybe that of like a Claypool, like that type of body of a receiver. But he's not going to be Claypool immediately.
My instinct is just McVay's on his little Madden mode. He's trying to grab.
I just don't really.
In the
with the
fourth
guys
round,
there.
This is
Simi Fehoko is a better version, by the way. That's what I don't understand. If you're going to go after a guy who's 6'5", who runs a 4.3 or whatever, 4.3, 4.4, Simi Fehoko did the same thing. He also, the thing is, he also played at Stanford and actually had ball production. Jacob Harris doesn't dominate. Simi Fehoko at times dominated. So I'm not the biggest fan of this pick.
This is what you do in the 7th round. This is a guy that you take.
I had a 7th round grade on him.
In the 7th round.
Fehoko, he ran, they have 4.4. Great 3-cone. He ended up being, he's 6'3", 222. But I think he uses his body better. He doesn't have the vertical, but he can go up and he could box out defenders. But I just think he's a better player. The ball production's better. Like you said.
Why did some people just say Patty Fisher?
Oh, God, please no.
It hasn't been announced yet.
That better not be the pick.
Here's the thing. I like Patty Fisher. I do think he's like a late round guy.
Over Dylan Moses and Cameron
Not over
McGrone.
Dylan Moses. Edge Ernest Brown, Northwestern.
Oh, Jesus.
Bad pick.
I don't even know who he is.
I'm familiar with... here's the thing I'm familiar with Northwestern football. I watch a lot of Northwestern football. So I am confident in this pick. I think he's a project. To me, he's a guy that goes undrafted, but the Rams see something in him. This just seems incredibly early, especially with the other edge guys that are left in the board. That's what's a little strange to me, because as we were talking about, there's a lot of great edges left. So this is a little bit confusing to me based on who's left. Also because this is a guy that I didn't see getting drafted. But have you seen film on him too, or you don't know who he is?
No. Yeah,
he's not. I'm bummed, but we needed an edge, but this isn't particularly who I would have wanted.
I just don't know how all those guys are there and you pick Ernest Brown. And I don't know who he is because I'll
tell you this. I watch Northwestern football and I would prefer Patty Fisher. And I know you're like, I don't want him. But
hell no.
At this spot, if they were going to take either one of them, I still would have taken Patty Fisher over Ernest Brown.
I would have gone Dylan Moses, Cameron McGrone, Charles Snowden, Isaiah McDuffie. I'm not going to name my whole board, but I would have taken my whole board over him. Oh, boy. Well, I'm trying to find out. He's probably a guy that tested well, I assume.
Maybe that's their strategy. Maybe their strategy is...
They just want athleticism?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know them. But... But we do now have 2 Ernests on the team.
Yippee.
Someone said Rams picking Edward Snowden next.
So he's 6'4", 270.
Ooh.
He ran a 5.40. A 5. 40-yard dash. A 5.
His overall grade.
His 10-yard split is 1.75.
Yeah.
You just use Eric Banks. Why are you making this pick?
Again, I'm just confused based on who's left. Yeah, this to me, it's a little complicated because, like I said, I want them. I wanted them to maybe go edge.
My guy Justin Mello of the Draft Network. The Rams just drafted a defensive end with a ton of upside. Get familiar with Ernest Brown. He interviewed him.
I hope he does well. Like I said, I've watched a lot of Northwestern football. He didn't stand out to me. I mean, he's not like terrible. Like it's not like I'm like, oh my God, but it's just kind of like why? But whatever.
Ben Solek says the Rams have drafted an Ernest and an Ernest. Do they have the majority of the Ernests in the league now? That's weird. And they did that last year when they got Terrell Burgess and Terrell Lewis.
They might have the only Ernests in the league. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I can't. My notifications are across. I'll look at it later. Who did the Rams pick? This is more important to me right now.
You're almost at 1,000 likes, and you posted a minute ago. You should link your
if he does
live
this,
stream.
Elon Musk, if my idea makes it to SNL and you do play Jeff Bezos, my only request is that you fly me out there so I can be in the studio audience, okay?
There you go.
It's my dream. And I'm in New York right now. I'll just come back next week. Wait, Texans selected Tulane defensive end Patrick Johnson?
What is going on?
Wait, that means the Rams selected him.
Nope, so they're saying the Texans got him. What is going on?
Very confused.
Jake Funk. What is happening? I've heard. Who is it?
Rams took Maryland running back Jake Funk. Punch my hand through that brick wall.
There's Puka Williams is there if you're going to take a running back. Why?
Man, that's really disappointing.
Jamar Jefferson, Puka Williams, and Kylan Hill. But Jake Funk is definitely better than Kylan Hill.
At least he has your name. That's.
They had it a Jacob and a Jake, covering all the bases.
Yeah.
Soon they'll have Oliver, which is my middle name.
Oh man.
And we'll have Ellenbogen Jacob, which is my.
That's disappointing, man.
No, Jake Funk I think tested extremely well. So once again, it's a.
I mean, it would fit the mold of what Maryland likes in their running back. So.
Now Adam's jealous. He wants Jake Funk apparently.
Jake.
I definitely
Funk.
don't want Jake Funk.
Jake Funk.
Why?
What?
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you in the chat. Like, everyone's in the chat, like, questioning. I don't know who this is. I've never heard of him.
I do.
Never seen him.
I'm just annoyed he was picked over those guys. Jake Funk, to me, he's a 6th-round pick. So they get a guy in the 7th that I had in the 6th. So technically it's ahead of his valuation I gave him. He had 516 yards, 3 touchdowns in 2020. But I think what it is, I'm trying to find, I think he tested relatively well.
Yeah, he did. He ran a 4.43, jumped 38 inches, had a 10-foot 2-inch broad, 22 reps on the bench. I mean, he's athletic for sure.
I can't even see what's going on because now everything is about Elon Musk and my thing. Not. Oh, the Eagles select Patrick Johnson out of Tulane.
Oh, of course. So the Eagles got the 7th pass rusher on my board. Patrick Johnson is a dog. I mean, he's better than the guy they got earlier, Ernest Brown, who they're calling an edge apparently. Yeah, Patrick Johnson's awesome. So this is a great pick by the Eagles once again. Once again, the Eagles get a better running back. They get our guy, Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th. And then they go with Patrick Johnson, who's my 7th pass rusher in the 7th round.
It's unreal. Like, I'm actually, like, have that pit in my stomach feeling right now, and I don't know why. I'm
so mad at this.
You know?
No, everyone's like, bringing the funk to L.A. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Ben Skoranek? There's no way.
Who's that?
We did. Wide receiver, Notre Dame.
They picked a wide receiver from Notre Dame.
Here's what I'm going to say. He is light years better than a lot of people think he is.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Here's the weird thing about him.
Pain.
Is I actually think his potential is better than the other guys we've taken, but I feel bad saying I hate this pick based on what we've already taken. It makes no sense. He's a good player. He is, but he's... you know who he's like? He's like a Cooper Kupp. He's a budget version of Cooper Kupp.
Renee, this guy stinks. Adam, I'm telling you, you got to get memed now. Oh, my God.
He looks big. I don't see... Oh, 6'3", 211.
Dude, this guy stink. It's growing.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
God. Who?
He's a good player. I mean, like the Rams really made me upset about a Notre Dame pick. They really made me get upset.
You're trying so hard to be like, he's not, bad, but like, oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they hadn't already taken receivers, I'd be like this. But it's just the fact we already took receivers that.
Yeah.
So everyone in the chat who's not familiar with this guy, I watched a lot of him. I'm a Notre Dame fan. Okay, my chat was freaking out. I just don't understand it based on the fact that we've already taken so many receivers. I like him. He was fun to watch at Notre Dame. I think he's like a little bit like he needs development, but I can't believe the Rams really made me upset about taking a Notre Dame player. Like they did that to me. That's evil.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't think they're taking another corner.
Rams select Chris Garrett,
I'm
edge.
done. Concordia, St. Paul.
That's a school?
What?
That sounds like a food court.
All right, be fair. I've never seen.
Sounds like a preppy private school that like.
I didn't know. I don't know this guy exists. So like, I'm now seeing it. So I'm not gonna say anything because I have no idea who Chris Garrett is. But he actually sounds like.
First things first. Find out what he looks like.
Chris Garrett. NFL draft. That's good. I put in Chris Garrett. NFL draft jumps immediate.
Oh no, that's not him.
I'm scared.
Imagine.
Okay.
Oh, that looks more like a football player. Yeah.
Oh, 6'4", 245.
So outside linebacker or inside? What would they do with him? Probably outside, right?
Watch this. This guy's gonna be my favorite. Let's see here. Chris Garrett, NFL draft. Oh, he's in the NFL.com. They actually have a prospect preview on him. Okay. Priority free agent draft projection. I don't care about that. It's the 7th round. That's fine.
What was his pro day?
Raw but highly productive edge who could be targeted as a designated pass rusher by 3-4 defenses. Garrett's approach was fairly similar at Concordia, as he used his get-off and athletic ability to simply work around less talented tackles on Division II level. Even so, he put some major marks in about every impact category, and his processing and instincts to find rush counters is something to build upon. He's tight-hipped and plays too tall to bend edges on the next level, so he'll need to fine-tune his hands and his rush plan. His narrow waist, below average limb thickness, might mean he will struggle to hold desired NFL weight on his frame. While he can chase and pursue, he's not strong enough to handle life at the point of attack at this juncture. He's a potential practice squad candidate early on. Insane college production over 3 seasons. Finished 48.5 tackles for loss, 36.5 sacks, 15 forced fumbles. Uses basketball footwork to scoot around edges. That's weird. Quick outside jab to inside counter. Natural instincts for sudden counters against oversetting tackles. Goes hunting for strip sacks once he gets corner turned. Inside slants are a lot better for blockers to handle. Rangy chasing runners to the sideline. Weaknesses. This is NFL.com, Lancer Line, giving him all the credit because I didn't even know who this was. We have far superior athlete than competition he faced. Frame is thin and relatively narrow. Will get bulldozed off the point by NFL tackles. Lacks play strength to unhinge from blocks. Must learn to control blocking tight ends. Hip tightness limits bend at the top of the rush. Face-up rushing attack is there for blocker to punch. Rush is upright, lacking quality handwork. Okay, so this guy's a project. I'm not going to hate this pick. It's the 7th round. There's a lot of talent out there, so I'm bummed that they didn't pick, a Dylan Moses or somebody like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be surprised when I go back and I watch this tape. I'm going to find this tape. I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to try to find Concordia, College State, St. Paul tape for you guys. I'm going to do a video on Chris Garrett because I can already tell you I'm probably going to like him more than the majority of the picks. I like the pick. This is the type of guy you get in the 7th round. I didn't know who he was. Did some research just now. I can't wait to watch the film on him. He gave him a 5.6 grade, so he has a chance to make end of the roster type of guy, practice squad.